Today, we're going to try to hit 500 auctions in an hour across the hobby. I'm your host, Adam Gray, at the Real 27 Guy on Instagram. Welcome, everybody. Hope you're having a great Monday, a great new week. Today, I will be on with at least Mike Geo on Sports Card Nonsense. Excited to hang out with him. And so today I only have about an hour to be able to record. You'll notice, as you can see, this is a shorter episode. So let's jump right into it. We're going to jump into some interesting sales from last week, just a few of them. And then we're going to go into all the big items that are ending this week across the hobby. Again, hopefully 500 of them. Let's jump right in. So let's start out with an interesting sale from last week. So I want to hit this Kobe Bryant card because I had so many people message me. When I say so many people, I had like 5 people message me on it. So not that many, but 5 different people messaged me on it. And I think it's really an interesting look into how people collect and how things sell. And so let's talk about it. So last Sunday, just yesterday on Fanatics Collect, this card ended at auction. We're going to make it big, let you look at it really close. We're talking about what it sold for and the interesting aspects about it. So this is the Kobe Bryant. Can't see because my face in the way here. I'll let you see the why isn't this working? Why isn't this working? Okay, so if you look right here, you can see that this is the silver auto. It's sometimes hard to tell on these scanned images, right? Like scans and pictures, they show up this, they may make this card look totally different. In a picture, this card refracts. It's like a beautiful refractor. But in a scan, you sort of can't tell the difference. You sort of can too, if you look at like the whole overall. So this is what, this is what the card, this is what the card looks like here. You can compare it to the other ones. You can see that this one sort of has something a little bit different going on, but you can't really tell as well. So, if you look at the main view of this card, though, it's not totally easy. You can see it's a little bit different, but then you look up at the slab and it says a couple things. It says autographed prisms, and prisms in 2012 was what Panini originally called, Prism originally called a silver prism card. People then started calling them silvers, and then Panini actually adopted the name that had started to be used across the hobby. So no pun intended there on across the hobby. So this card was supposed to be numbered 25, refracts on the front. It's beautiful. I own a copy. It is one of my favorite cards in my collection. It's a card that I've talked a lot about because I think I think the card really matters. It's from 2012 Prism set. It's one of the only 2 in the set for some reason that they had sign on card. It's an important Kobe autograph. It's rare. I think it's gorgeous. I think it's got everything going for it, right? But you can also see on here that it's missing the serial number. So it sells for $7,500. What do I think about that? I thought this was going to sell for higher, and I'll tell you why. If you look at the other copies of the base card that have sold recently, and so here we have a 1010 that sold. This is, again, the base card. They made hundreds of these. I don't know if it's 500 or 1,000 or 300, but it's probably between 300 and 1,000 copies is what I would guess. These move much more frequently. 1010 though, PSA 10 with 10 autograph. Almost $3,000 more than the silver. So we know that grading scarcity is a thing. It always has been. It probably always will be. And so it's not shocking to see a 1010 sell for so much. But it's this really interesting thing where you go, wow, the silver sold for less. Now it's missing the serial number, and so it's convoluted. I would say this. It's sort of like if the best conditioned red PMG went up against a green PMG that was in average condition, you would anticipate that the green would still suffer more than the best conditioned red. I think I would anticipate that, except for there's one difference, and that is that in this case the green would need to be like not serial numbered. But, and this is where I would come back to the other side and why I think this is a great deal. There are there's a difference between cards that could be sheet cut into being, what they are, like an essential credentials card that is sheet cut. It was not, it was literally taken off the sheet and then like it's not numbered. This is different because it's autographed. So I would suggest that the multiplier that you would normally place on a non-serial numbered card is different when it's an autograph or an autograph patch card. A great example of this, if you want, this is super, super geeky stuff, and I shouldn't lead with super geeky stuff because I'm sure most of you guys won't care about this, but if you look back at Exquisite, there are some player copies that came out in Exquisite, or copies that were extra copies or whatever that got out into the market that are not numbered, and they have everything else on them. So think about this for a second. Compare that with a rare parallel that is just a sheet cut. And then compare both of those to what they would sell for if they were serial numbered. In the case of the serial numbered card, or in the case of the parallel card, it didn't go into the pack. It wasn't a rare insert and pull. It was sort of concocted afterwards from a sheet that was left over. I'm not saying it's not valuable. I'm not saying it's not worth anything. I'm saying that doesn't have most of the key features which makes it valuable. And so the multiple there is huge. Like if you had a 97 Essential Credentials Future Michael Jordan that's supposed to be numbered to 72, it's a six-figure card. But if it's not numbered, I would probably suggest it's like a $5,000 card. It's a 5% multiple. But if you had a Kobe Bryant 2004 Exquisite enshrinements, or not enshrinements, E of E card, emblems of endorsement, that card should be numbered to 10, and then say it's not numbered to 10. Is it going to be a 5% multiple? No, it's going to be significantly higher than that. And I anticipated that here. I anticipated this would be higher because it's an autograph. It's silver. It is so much better looking than the base card. It's crazy how much better looking it is. So I was surprised at that. I was really surprised at that. And I'm just interested. Okay, so there was another silver that moved just back in February. The market is notably up since then, but PSA 9 that sold for $20,000. So this sold for 40% of that. That's interesting. But then, it sold for just a little bit more. The base and the silvers are just way too close here in my mind. It's silly. Again, owner of a silver. How often does the silvers move? Okay, we're back to 2022, and we just have that one other sale. And again, we're just looking at Fanatics Collect. Guys, not another other one has ever sold Fanatics Collect PWCC. It's only the second one that's ever sold, and it's a non-numbered copy. Like, it's a rare. I think whoever got that got a great deal. I do. I thought that would be 5 figures for sure. I think that was a fantastic deal. To whoever won it, congratulations to you. Okay, let's look at. I wanted to pull up this Griffey, sold for $21,300. This is another one that I highlighted. I think this was a great deal. I'm surprised he has 2 Bowman Chrome Superfractors that have ever been made as an active member of the Mariners. 2. The one message that I got from people a couple times was, well, on rookies or prospects, Bowman Chrome is better, but on stars, Topps Chrome is better. That's interesting. I don't know why that's the case. I don't know if that's really true. It'd be really neat to see a Topps Chrome Ken Griffey Jr. Superfractor sell to compare it. I think $21,000 on this was a really good deal. There's some other things there that I'd like to talk about, but I'm going to run out of time if I do. So then let's look at alt quickly. Oh, why didn't this pull up? That's weird. It was up before. Then my computer reset on me. Let's see if I refresh, if that gets us anywhere. Nope, it did not. Refresh. Oh, sold on May 8th. Okay, cool. Oh, you know what? That's not what I meant to do. I want to hit solds. And then I want to hit May 1st. So on Thursday, there were a few significant sales. The Jokic that we covered last week, his first Logoman auto. Sorry, let me switch sides here. His first Logoman autograph ever to sell at auction, moved at $90,000. This Jordan, $67,000. See, I see this and I still just, it is remarkable to me how low scripted swatches are to the other exquisite parallels. I know historically they've always been lower, but I just think given that the autographs on the fabric have actually held up better than the autographs have on the cardboard in a lot of cases, that the main reason why they were lower is proven to be false. It used to be that people were like, these shouldn't sell for more, the autographs are going to fade. It just hasn't happened the same way. I think it's interesting. If this had been a number pieces card, it's well into the six figures. If this was an emblems of endorsement, it's well into the six figures. That's a rarer card too. Those are both rarer cards. But the number piece is only rarer by 2. If this is a limited logos, it's way more money. This is a 9.5 on this card. I think it's like a pop 6 or pop 8. So it's not the only one, but it's a great looking patch. I think that's, again, compared to other things, I think that's a really good deal. I constantly think that this card will catch up in some way. It's like 1/10 the price of the other one. That might not be true. A BGS 9 might be 150, 200 grand, maybe on a 2003. Still, this is 1/5 the price, 1/6 the price, something like that. Okay, we're gonna end that for alt. And now I wanted to show you guys, everything got messed up here. I wanted to show you guys some other key sales at Fanatics Collect, and then we'll get into the auctions for today. Why is this being slow? Sorry about this. Let me get out of this stuff while that refreshes. And if it doesn't refresh, that's okay. We can just keep moving. Okay, it's not gonna, oh, here it goes. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys, the comparison. We always do this every week, the comparison of the 4 biggest cards at Fanatics Collect. I know this isn't huge. Just see if you can look at the prices and sort of get an idea. So 4 big items were ending before the end of the auction, about a day before the auction at Fanatics Collect. And I wanted to give people a chance to vote, as I do every week, on which one they thought would sell for the most. So you've got the LeBron 02 Finest Refractor in PSA 10. You've got the Gretzky PSA 8 OPC with the NBA Gold label. You have this baseball player, I think it's Crow Armstrong is his last name, in the red out of 5. It's a prospect. And then the last one is the Russell Westbrook National Treasures Logoman autograph out of 3, which, as I highlighted on my Instagram, was a 10-year wait for the person who got this redemption. 10 years. And finally, Russ signed these cards. To me, this was one of the easiest votes that we've had, except for I didn't know about this Crow Armstrong guy. I didn't know for sure if he would catch Russ, but I just knew that the Russ would way outsell the LeBron and way outsell the Gretzky. Those are cards that move somewhat often. Kind of had an idea of what they would sell for. But the Westbrook, like, he's one of the players of the era. He has hardly any Logoman autographs. This is the first solo Logoman on-card autograph that Russell Westbrook's had selling. I don't even know how long. Like, there's not very many of them. So to me, this was easily Westbrook. It was easily Westbrook, but nope. But only 30% of the people agreed with me. Most people put the Gretzky, which people continue to vote for cards that are recognized, they're iconic. And what we are seeing over and over and over again in cards that are being sold are the ones that are rare but fit really important specifics in a collector's in a collection. Like, those are the cards that are most often selling for huge numbers. So where Russell Westbrook doesn't have very many Logoman autos, and people love Logoman autos, this fit that. And I'm just not surprised at all that it blew everything away. This is what I thought was going to happen. I thought the voters would get this one right. They didn't. 38% of the people who voted. This is 500 and something people voted on this poll. It's not a small number of people. So, in fact, let me tell you exactly how many people voted. I don't want to say 500 and something and be wrong. I think it was 500. It might have been less. Let's see. So when a poll's gone, you've got to go back into your stories. turn off my internet because it's going slow on my phone and just hit archive. Sorry, I'll be faster, guys. Bear with me 1 second. So, okay. Total number. Okay, so I'll show you guys. Let's see if you can see that. It's kind of blurry. I'll just read it aloud. 132 voters for the LeBron, 209 for the Gretzky, 46 for the Crow, and 162 for the Russ. That's 204. It's about 550 votes. So, and people of the 550 votes, most of them, or a huge percentage of them, went with the Gretzky, which just more of my followers are basketball followers. I'm surprised that we continue to miss some of these things. So anyway, okay. I've now spent 15 minutes on all the stuff that ended last week. Now we're going to spend the next 45 minutes on hitting 500 items that are ending this week across the hobby. And we're going to start with MC Sports Cards and their weekly high-end focus auction. And the first card that pops up is a card that I'm very interested to see sell because we've seen massive movement in the Nebula Prism parallels recently. I was looking at this because I own one Nebula Prism card ever. I own a Joe Ingles, one of my favorite players of the last, I don't know, like really one of my favorite players. Sorry, guys, since the last 15 or 20 years. I love Joe Ingles. And what I've been looking at is some of the commons from the set have really popped in terms of like what they're actually selling for. Joel Embiid is no common though. Joel Embiid might be the least loved great player from this era, and he is great. He has had a great career. He hasn't won at the highest level, but he has been great. This card is sitting at 1550. They started making Nebula Prism cards in 2018. That means he has, 7 of them at this point? This is one of those 7. There is a very strong conversation happening right now between people of what is better, the Nebula or the black. And from where I'm sitting, in years where the Nebula exists, it seems that a lot of people are choosing Nebula. Now, if you put the Nebula Luka 2018 against the against the black Luka 2018, what do you think would sell for more? Let me say that again. Let me make sure I get this right. If you had a choice between the 2018 Luka Black or the 2018 Luka Nebula, which would you rather have? I think the answer there is the black, but only because it hasn't been seen before. I think the Nebula is catching up. I think. Go look at look at all the prices. Look at commons. Look at high. Don't just look at 1 or 2 cells. Look at all of it. Tell me what you think. Okay, Cooper Flag at a 50. It's so interesting to me to see college guys getting so many cards at this point. This is something we didn't used to see. When you'd see a college card back in the 1990s, it was because their college career was over and now the card could be produced of them right as they were entering the NBA. But Cooper Flag, we don't even know which team he's going to go to. And but this is a very cool card. Half Court Offense is the name of the insert. Serial number to 50. It's a gold refractor, an autograph. The autograph looks like it's on sticker, but it looks like a great card. And Cooper Flag, you know, when I say it looks like a great card, let me just gloss over that. It's the right brand. It's a pre-rookie card. It really was made before he was a rookie. I think that's cool. There's not going to be that many of those. It's got a nice little autograph on it. But the main thing is it's like the brand being Topps Chrome and the fact that it's a gold refractor autograph. I want to spend a second on this Dennis Rodman. Eminence is a brand that I'm sort of known for being a collector of because I collected so much of 2014, and I love 2014 Eminence. Funny thing about me is I don't know as much about the years after. I know that they made one for Zion's rookie year, and they made one that was like a Kobe-only set, and then they made this 2021 set. So I think this is the 4th year of Eminence and only the 3rd year that has, you know, more than just one player in it. Rodman sells so much better when he's in a Bulls uniform. It's like crazy. He's got like this massive multiple between when he's a Bull and when he's a Piston. So, you know, to figure out what a card like this is worth, if you only find another one that's like him, that's him as a Piston, it's not shocking that this one would sell for so much more. How much is a troy ounce of gold worth today? It's a lot, right? 14 karat gold. Take a look at it. I could open up. Should we open up Chat GPT real quick and see if we can figure it out? Let me see if I can. Chat GPT. See if this is helpful to me. So if I come into Chat GPT and I say, oh, sorry guys, I'm not logged in. What is an ounce of 14 karat gold worth? It is worth, searching the web, it's worth $1,700. So it's a lot. This is a ton of money. This card is currently $400 more, $470 more than it's worth in just its gold content. There's only 5 of them. It's a really cool looking card. Speaking of eminence and speaking of gold, number 2, the Peyton Manning autograph. SGC 1, one of the Gehrig Gowdy cards from 1933. I love that card. Iconic Yankee. Great looking Mahomes. This is a rookie. Oh, that's a great card. I want to look at that one closer, actually. As usual, let's find like 10 cards on MC that we want to take a closer look at. Brady, rookie, number 2000, BGS 95 case. BGS 7 on the Galaxy. Oh man, this is really low. I've always said I think this is the most underrated serial numbered Michael Jordan insert or parallel ever. We're gonna take a close look at that one. The Netrageous MJ in a 7.5 looks like it's a newer holder. Magic, really nice patch on the 03. Exquisite autograph patches. LaMelo 9, MJ Goldin touch. My guy Andy at the Indy Card Exchange just pulled one of these cards. Crazy. Ken Griffey Jr., number 100 legacy. Corbin Carroll, Transcendent 1/1 autograph patch. Check out the patch on that card. Oh, I love this LeBron right here. We're going to pull that one and talk about that one in a second too. Josh Allen case hit. Griffey PSA 10. Gosh, a Griffey PSA 10 is almost $3,000. Wow. We're headed back there, guys. Feels like we're headed back there. When I say headed back there, like high prices on cards that are mass produced in high grades. I think I haven't looked at that graph in a long time, but man, $3,000 for that card. Wow. Oh, I love this Elijah one right here. We might look at the pop report on that if we have time. And let's keep going. Magic Bird Duel. Saw another one of these recently. I think it was in a BGS case. It's just such a great card. Ooh, Willie Cauley-Stein. Had a moment in the league. Is this, I can't remember what year he's drafted. Is that a rookie? I don't think it is. I think, when did Cauley-Stein come into the league? I've sort of dumped that from my mind. He might have even been like 2010. I think that's way before it, but still cool. Logoman autographs, always cool. This LeBron's obviously awesome. Huge piece of patch for over a decade. These types of cards, the Immaculate, Panini's made with Immaculate, are wonderful. Some of the biggest patch-only cards in the hobby. Saric and Bender. Interesting combination. 2 tall Euros. The flawless duel. Bender really was super highly touted and didn't end up performing as well as hoped, but it is a dual Logoman card from Flawless, and there's just not that many of those types of cards out there. Interesting Kobe Bryant. Let's talk about that one here in a second. Scoring Kings MJ. Oh, I love this Jordan card. I love it because it didn't come out in the product that it said it was going to come out in. It's a Topps Gallery card, but it came out of Stadium Club. A lot of times the graders miss that one and they grade that one incorrectly. I've seen many copies of that card that have been graded with the wrong name. They say Topps Gallery, but they didn't come out of Topps Gallery. This card was one of those shop at home type cards where you saw it gain its popularity on shop at home. I remember clear as day, this card, I didn't ever know what it was called, but I saw the oversized black Tiger Woods border, the black border Tiger Woods card. And there's a ton of these that have been graded, just tons of them. He was so popular, guys. So popular. Pop 8 Manning PSA 10 on the silver from 2012. That's a big card. The MJ Superstar. A lot of people don't know this. This is actually a parallel of an insert. There's 3 levels of this one. This one's 1 out of 288 packs. I bought a Damon Stoudemire of this card when I was a kid, and I thought it was like one of the coolest cards I ever owned. In fact, I'll show you why on that card in just a second. And an 8 on the Magic Irving to end off the auction this week. Oh, wait a second. No, there's more. So interestingly, they have this Albert Pujols in the middle. Sorry, we're not done yet. Paolo Banchero, PSA 9 on the RPA. I love this Shaq. I think it's one of the most underrated parallels of the whole 90s. I really do. The 96 row 0, in my opinion, is the best non-one of one parallel that Legacy ever made, or that Showcase ever made. You could try to talk me into the 99. It's numbered out of 20. Some people say the second year row 0 is nicer. I would put the 96 head and shoulders above the 97. 96 is numbered to 150. So it's not as rare, but boy, it's a great looking card in person. I mean, it's beautiful. It's like a white sparkle, but not on a chrome, like on just an ultra glossy card. It has some depth to it. The sparkle creates some movement in the background, but then the back of the card is just a totally different surface. It's like a very soft cardboard. It's beautiful and wonderful in hand too. And again, numbered out of 150, some of the first numbered cards ever. Randomly, speaking of, we have the Sam Cassell 1999 Showcase Legacy. And the reason that I mentioned 99 before I even came down to it here was because 99 is the year, it's the first year that Showcase said, we're not going to do these late levels anymore. The levels were ultra popular. They really were. But in retrospect, it sort of adds some level of confusion. The Shaq was the best level, the one that I just showed you. Row 0 was the best in 97. It was always the best. Whenever there were levels, row 0 is always the best. It was always the rarest, hardest to find base of the 3 or 4. In other years, some years there were 4, some years there were 3. But in 99, they were like, nah, we're done with that. We're just going to keep making these same cards like really good looking, but we're only going to do 1 level, and then we're going to number the legacies to 20. So I think this very interesting thing happens. Because people remember that legacy is sort of confusing, I think people lump 99 in with the other ones. But it's a massive mistake, because for the 90s, the 99 legacy is one of the rarest parallels. Like, go back and find a Sam Cassell card that's better than this one. Like, I don't remember what years Cassell's in. He was in the league in 97. I'm not sure he's in. I should know this. I'm not sure if he's in the Metal Universe set. Is he in the Metal Universe set? Is he in the Metal Universe Championship set? Is he in the 23 or 24 karat set? This is rarer than his 24 karat gold card if he does have one. The real question that we're asking is, does he have a green? Because if he doesn't, you're looking at this as maybe his best parallel ever. Non-one of one. Obviously, he's got some one of ones that are better than this. He was around in 97, but he wasn't key enough at that point to necessarily get some of those base cards. If he has a green, obviously it's far better. I've seen this Bird move a couple times, and every time I see it move, I'm really surprised. It's one of the best Larry Bird autograph patch cards in existence. The final year of Exquisite, they had the Upper Deck. Sorry, the final year of Exquisite, Upper Deck had to move all of their extra inventory. They had inventory of game-used uniforms, pieces of game-used uniforms. They needed to get rid of it. They needed to get rid of it quick, and they were not able to make all of the inserts that they wanted to be able to make. So Exquisite was usually numbered out of 50, but in 2009, the final year of Exquisite, they numbered it to some random numbers. Larry Bird got 16 cards. It's a phenomenal card. And you might look at it and go, well, that's not the strongest patch. Look at a Celtics jersey. It's about the strongest patch you're going to get. All right. Man, we're still going. MC's crazy today. Oster Thompson, boy, had himself a year, didn't he? Thompson boys had themselves a year. I used to own a couple of these Kobe West autographs. UD Black's so sweet. Ooh, very cool. We're out of the month. We're out of the MC Weekly stuff, but I love this set. The 2000 Ultimate Collection set is one of my favorites. And this patch of Shaq is numbered to 75. It's just a great card. But it's also not part of their MC Mondays that ends tonight. Still a cool card to see. All right, let's go look at these cards that we set aside. I want to look at this Mahomes first. I love the black on here. I think it works. Generally, I'd take blue, but I like the black on here. I like that it's got the rookie logo or rookie shield. I love that it's just numbered out of 99. It's a great rookie that you probably don't think about as like a key rookie card, but that's a bigger swatch than even like the NTs have. It's going to cost you a fraction of the price. I think it's great. Some people are going to look at it and say, why is it an SGC holder? Look at the back corners. Those aren't great. But again, some people care far more about condition on cards like this than I do. I just love this card. I think it's great looking. All right. So this Jordan, this is another card that I have a personal affinity to, not only because I own one. I own one because I think it's one of the coolest cards ever. And I'm going to tell you why. So back in 1999, Upper Deck created these Century Legends sets across all 4 major sports. And across all 4 major sports, the Sporting News had ranked the greatest players of all time. So in baseball, they had ranked the greatest, I don't know, it might have been the greatest 100 or the greatest 50, I'm not sure. But they ranked the greatest of all time. They did it across baseball, hockey, football, and basketball. And that's what this number 1 down here represents, is that Michael Jordan in 1999 was rated by Sporting News, after all of their votes came in, was rated as the greatest player of all time. It's really cool. And so the whole set is like number 1, number 2, and then after those 50, there's like other subset cards that are part of the base set. And it's just a really cool base. I actually have one sitting right over there. I could go grab it real quick. I'm not going to, but I love this set. There's one player who's missing in the set. That's Magic Johnson. For whatever reason, Upper Deck didn't have the rights to create the card for Magic Johnson. So instead of just skipping the number, or instead of just skipping past him, they skipped the number altogether. So card number 7 exists and card number 9 exists. Or is it? I've got that wrong, because Karl Malone, I think they had number 8. I think Magic Johnson was number 6. And so I think they have a card number 5 and then they have a card number 7, but they don't have a card number 6. It just doesn't exist. They couldn't make it for Magic. Well, there was 1 autograph per box, and that was really like the key hit. That was the thing that everybody wanted. And then there was the MJ Final Floor Jumbo that sat on top of the box too. But if you were really lucky in your box, there were a couple things that you could get that were extras. And one of them was this parallel. And this parallel, called the Century Collection, is where they take this side of the card, they put the whole thing in hollow foil. It's usually like a regular gold foil, which is cool, or like a silver and gold foil. The regular card's cool, but this is like so much nicer. The name is in hollow foil, and then to add something else to it, they die cut the side over here. The die cut, in retrospect, they probably didn't need to do. They could have lived on the merit of just changing the foil. But the die cut stands out, and you notice it. It's just kind of a funny thing that Upper Deck did. Upper Deck loved doing that sort of thing. And then, of course, they number the card out of 100. Mine's 007, 007 out of 100. I love it. This copy is a BGS 7, and it's a newer graded card. My guess, after having looked at this for a second, is if this card was graded years ago, it could have been an 8, it could have been a 9. But in today's grading application, it's a 7. I love this card. Compare this to other Michael Jordan parallels of this era. PMG Red's numbered to 90. What would a PMG Red be? What would it be valued at? What would a Grand Finale from 1997 be valued at? What would any Jordan parallel from this era be numbered to? Or sorry, what would any number Jordan to? Let me ask that again, because sometimes I get going too fast and I fail you guys. What would any Michael Jordan serial numbered card to 100 from this era sell for? This card's sitting at $238. Now, it's not going to end there. I can assure you of that. But that price compared to any of those other sets, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, it doesn't make any sense. I also happen to think it's a great looking card. I love the image from the top. I love it. Like I said, it's one of my few Jordans where I'm just like, I'm never going to move that thing. I love it. And the other cards that I will never move a Jordan are most of the super high end inserts and cards that are like huge cards in my collection. But this one is one that over the years, I haven't had any temptation to sell because I just think the market's got it wrong. I think it's because it's a set where you got all retired players other than Shaq, right? Shaq was still playing at this time. I guess there were other people who weren't retired. Karl Malone, Dave Robinson, John Stockton, they weren't retired, but the cards are sort of viewed as like a retired player's set. And I think for that reason, it's not as beloved, but man, I'm telling you what, that I just think it's a great card. Okay. Spent enough time on that. I love this LeBron because it's a baseball card, but you can see from up here, 2005, 2006 sweet shot. This is from a basketball product. Upper Deck did some different things through the years where they put basketball players in baseball sets. This is not one of them, but it is the sweet spot signatures. I like the pen autograph. I like that it's the old style LeBron, 3rd year in the league, numbered to 5. Early LeBron signature that's also very, very rare. I said early. I should have said rare. Like this is a rare card. Gosh, I gotta go faster. I like the Hakeem. I wanted to check the pop on this. I like the image, or I like the autograph. Autograph grade's obviously great. A 610 on this is fantastic. It's one of the best early Elijah 1 cards that you will find. Let's get out of each of these. This will be one of my top 5s of the week, I think. This Kobe, I love this Kobe. This one has been properly graded in terms of how it's been designated. It is a precious metals card. You know it's a precious metals card because of the silver in the background. Most of the base cards have color in the background. When these originally came out, people didn't notice them. They were like 1 per box, and people didn't notice that. Like they would see precious metals on the pack odds, but they didn't know that's what this was. Looks pretty plain, but it's rare. It's also the precursor to one of the most important and popular parallels ever. This came before the Reds and the Greens. The Reds and the Greens were not the first precious metal cards. These were. The Reds and the Greens were the first precious metal gems, but obviously this was the precursor. This is Kobe's 2nd card in the set, so a lot of people don't look at it like a rookie. I do not look at it like a rookie. I think the rookie is the one where he's holding up the jersey that's from Series 1. This is from Series 2, and yes, the reason I know this is because I just collected this set, and I remember it super well. I put together the whole first set. In fact, I remember when I put together the whole first set, it was really weird because the cards are thicker on one side than they are on the next, so if you stack them, they fall over. Because half of the set is bigger than the others. Yes, I am super weird and remember all of those random things about the cards. But I love this set. I did. I loved it. And I love how rare it is as a Kobe rookie. People will ask me, like, do you think that should be in like the top tier of Kobe rookies? And it's not quite, right? It's not the Chrome Refractor. It's not the Credentials. Number 499. It's not any of the Showcase Legacies out of 150. It is in the very next tier. It's probably not in the same tier as like the finest gold refractor. But after those first 4, then you have like this rubies, precious metals. I'd probably put the regular finest refractor in that same tier. Those are, to me, some of the best ones, but this one's pretty rare amongst all those. I've had a few of them through the years. I always love them. Always let them go because I'm always looking for the next really rare thing, and they're not like the single rarest card, but they are pretty rare. Check out the pop reports, but remember the pop reports are broken on these because there's a lot of these cards that have been graded as precious metals that are base cards. Both PSA and BGS have messed up the pop reports on this, unfortunately. So keep that in mind. I just wanted to highlight this because I love the felt on this card, and I think it's really cool. 1 in 288. And now, 40 minutes in, let's jump to hoodies. Crap, I'm in trouble. I'm not going to finish. Okay, so we got to give 5 minutes to each of these remaining ones. Gosh, I shouldn't have done that. That was a huge mistake. So Shohei, huge couple of Shoheis, huge Tiger Woods, 9-5-10. But man, some big Shoheis. People love this Kobe card right here. The Centurion's Refractor from 98. I believe it's numbered at 75. Tough refractor, especially early days wearing number 8. Not many Kobe refractors as rare as that one. Game used Tatum RPA. Oh, we got a Frank Thomas PSA 5 no name. Don't see those every day. That's a huge piece too. A lot of big stuff for hoodies again, man. Ooh, check out that Scoot. Game used. Is it a rookie? Game used rookie for Scoot. Hoodies gets a lot of the great cards of Northwest players. I'm talking players from Washington and Oregon. And, obviously Scoot is a Blazer. Like, they get a lot of this sort of stuff. Yeah, I think because people pick up these cards and then they're like, hey, I need to sell them. And then they drive them into hoodies because hoodies is right there. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool business that they're running on that sort of stuff. And yeah, it's awesome. So Allen Iverson, this card, every time I see it, I always take note of it because this is one of the biggest Iverson autographs ever. There were very few Iverson autographs at this stage. He was just so revered and loved, and that set is so loved. And a Luka Noir RPA. I love this card. I think Noir's RPAs have always been underrated. I'd say this card compares favorably to all of the big sets aesthetically, but it looks better, and it's just as rare. I think there's 2 versions. There's like a white and black version that's also at a 99, and that maybe hurts it a little bit. Maybe it hurts it a lot. But aesthetically, it's amazing, and yeah, I think it doesn't sell for nearly what a lot of other RPAs do. So that's one worth watching. LeBron White Sparkle from 2020. That's a big card too. Gosh, they got a lot of big stuff this week. Okay, wish I had more time. I got to keep moving here. We might not do our top 5 this week, guys. I might have run out of it. Let's see if we can. I'll still try it. We only have the one Jordan over here right now, though, right? Yeah. Okay. Kobe Bryant 03 limited logos. Amazing card. Faded autograph, but amazing, amazing card. This is the chance for somebody to get this card. Maybe a little bit less expensive than normal, except the patch is really nice. So Unreal patch, but poor autograph. I want to look at the grading information on that. When I say poor autograph, it's just that it spent too much time in the sun, right? We're going to look at that one in a second. Roman Anthony, numbered out of 5. Always a huge deal when a prospect that people like, and when they're out of 5 hits. Soto to 25. Some Pokemon stuff. The Jason Tatum game used RPA. Mahomes. 2017 flawless signature diamond. So it's signature with a diamond in it. Let's look at that one a little bit closer too. Remember, flawless in football, some of those years aren't game used. In basketball, flawless is in NBA basketball, flawless is game used. In NFL, that's not always true. I don't think that year of Mahomes is either. I love this triple autograph. That is such a cool card. And is this this is out of 5. Huge Brunson. Interesting timing on that Brunson. Super interesting timing on that Brunson. Lots of good stuff. Super interesting time on this Mitchell. Boy, do they need Garland back. Wow. Donovan Mitchell, the last time he was in the second round, I guess he made it to the second round last year. When Donovan Mitchell had his best chance to win a championship with the Jazz, Mike Conley got hurt. And then they lost to the Clippers. And people always forget that Conley was hurt, but he was one of their big 3 stars that year. That was really great, Mike Conley. And then the Jazz fell apart. And Donovan was hurt during that series too. And now here Donovan is in the second round again, and his running mate point guard is hurt. It's just, I'm so sad about that. Steph 2014 Spectra gold patch auto, number 1 of 10. That autograph is on the card. I want to take a second talking about that one too. Gosh, I'm just going to run out of time. Dang it. Ooh, huge Peyton Manning. Talk about that briefly. Okay, I can't go any further because I'm going to run out of time. I talked too long on the other stuff. Sorry, guys. I've got 15 minutes left, though. I got to go fast. So Peyton Manning, Star Rubies. The story here, numbered out of 35, whereas the rest of the set, they numbered it out of 50. They did the same thing in basketball where they took the set and they said, hey, if you're a rookie, we're going to number you less than the regular cards. And I think that's so cool. I think it's really cool. This has always been a huge card. I don't think very many copies of this card have been lost. This has always been a huge card. Go back to the 90s and it was huge, and it's huge today. Sorry. Okay, let's look at each of these real quick. So this Kobe was recently graded, so it's not going to have an autograph grade on it. I thought that was probably the case. Looks like it goes off card. Again, the more significant thing here is the autographs spent a lot of time in the light, and it doesn't have that nice blue anymore. But boy, the patch is sure nice. Patch is sure nice. This Mahomes I want to look at. I actually really like this card a lot. Number to 10, 7 out of 10. Great looking autograph. Diamond on the card and his name right here in the middle. Really different with the rookie logo. I don't know if I've seen this one before. PSA 10. Check the pop. Full image of Mahomes. Really cool. This triple I was looking at the other day. 1 of 1. 3 of the most popular quarterbacks of all time. Favre, Manning, and Brady. Don't know the story on the set. Looks like it's a canvasy sort of look. Take a really close look at the autographs. Make sure you feel good about them, but they look pretty darn good to me. Looks really cool. Brunson to 5. This is the Emerald. What a huge series coming up for him. Don't think they're going to be competitive. Hope they are. Hope I'm wrong. Steph on card. Looks like 2 color. And there might be a little color squeaking in there on the side and on the bottom. But remember, on card autograph patch. For some crazy reason, people do not like shiny cards with fabric in them. Don't like the combination there. It's like a massive turnoff to people. I sort of don't get it. I think it's great. The autograph, by the way, it really is. I think it's on card. Looks to me like it's on card. Maybe confirm. I think it is. I'm relatively certain that it is. This is in the area where you can look it up on PSA's website. I would suggest you do that if you want to make 100% sure. And I love this Manning. We're going to put it over here. We already talked about it. Okay, Goldin. This Darius Garland to me really stood out as whoa, that's a really high price already. Darius Garland, rookie logo man from Flawless. So it is game worn. I don't know if he has an autographed logo man from Flawless. We'll look at that more closely. But 26 grand, big number for Garland. The Penix Junior Green, PSA 10 refractor LeBron. This Larry Bird logoman autograph. Wow, that's a card, isn't it? Somebody's selling some Larry Birds this week, some huge birds. This is my old Tracy McGrady. I am the old owner of this card. I think I'm 90% sure. I'm pretty sure. I think this was mine. I bought a huge lot of 5 superfractors, maybe 7 or 8 years ago, and I'm 99% sure it was the white border one from 05 Finest that was in it. There are 5 superfractors in this set. T-Mac's beloved, and his Rocket years were his best years, in my humble opinion. Huge Weber, PSA 10 on the refractor. First year finest refractor Jordan. Oh, I love this Jordan. BGS 3. I want to see how old that label really is. Look, another Centurions refractor, this time Shaq in a 9.5. Larry Bird, first year eminence. If you know me, you know I love this card. I've never seen this copy before, I don't think. And the reason I'm surprised at that is I looked up every single 2014 Eminence card. I looked at every single copy for probably the first 7 years after the set released, probably from the end of 2015 to halfway through 2013, or maybe even the end of 2013. I looked every week at every auction to see what Eminence stuff was popping up. This is a really cool card. It's a really neat card. Bird has 7 or 8 1-of-1s from that first year of Eminence that are like autograph tags or autograph patches. This one's not a parallel of anything. This one's a 1-of-1 on its own. These are the all-star tag signatures. So I have a 1-of-1 Bird from 2014 Eminence. It's a parallel of another card. This one's not. This one just stands on its own. It's got a great looking gold autograph. I'm going to look closer at that one. And then we're going to call it for Goldin. So this Darius Garland, you can see the rookie logo. It's going to be game worn on the back. I'll bet you I'm right. There it is, game worn. People always tell me Flawless isn't always game worn for the NBA. They're wrong. It is every single time. They're wrong about this. Show me I'm wrong. No one has been able to show me yet. I've had 20 people, 50 people message me and say, hey, you're wrong about this. Like, sorry, I don't think I am. Every NBA licensed flawless card that has a piece on it, they're all game used. Tell me if I'm wrong. Okay. So that's that Garland. So this bird, goodness gracious, true logo, man, not a tag or anything, a true logo, man. Autograph 1 of 1. So a lot of people are going to look at this and go, what in the world is that doing in the weekly auction? That's got to be in one of the elite auctions or something. And I am one of those people. Like, this is a huge card. I think we might have seen it move a couple of times a while ago. Might be wrong. But holofoil throughout the card, 1 of 1. That's a huge bird card. Huge. I wanted to look at this Jordan because the label's so old. Oh, yeah. Didn't even make it into the 2 millions. 2.5 on the corners. Look at those subs. It's fantastic. 9 on the centering. Gosh, that's a cool card. All right. The Bird Eminence. Yeah, so great looking autograph on this. Again, first year Eminence. I love that the back of the Eminence cards, you get a totally different image than on the front. That's not true of all of the sets, but it's true of all of the 1 of 1 sets. I love the holofoil. I love the player coming over the holofoil. I love that this is game used. I don't think it's going to tell us anything else about it other than it is game worn. Nope. Yeah, it's just a lovely card. Lovely, lovely card. And we're going to call it there for Goldin. And I've got 9 minutes. All right, here we go. Fanatics Collect. We got Fanatics, and then we've got Card Hobby, and then we'll close it. And I just got rid of that Bird Logoman auto. That would have probably been a top 5 for me. Here, we've got these two, and then we've got, let's go back and get this Bird 1 of 1. And we'll do those so far as my top 3. So we'll still do the top 5 this week. I really like this triple autograph, though. Let's put that one for alt over here, too. Maybe we'll do that. I think Fanatics has got a lot of good stuff this week, though. So I might have a problem. So there's 2 parts to Fanatics. There's the listed by the highest, and then there's the, what do they call it? Featured items. A lot of great featured items. PSA 10 on the 96 is always a huge deal every time it hits auction. This is the Rubies MJ. That's a big card. Am I on the first page or am I on the second page? I think I might be on the... Oh, I am on the first page. My bad. So we'll look through just these 24, and then we'll look through the 24 on the next one. Silky Smooth. This one's got a really interesting story to it. Wish I had more time. Mirror Image Atomic Gretzky and Morrison. Oh, that's a cool card. That's a huge card. As far as Gretzky inserts go, you're not going to find many that are rarer than that one. Shaq, is that a 9? PSA 9. Yeah, that's a big card. Pop 1 of 10, just 1 graded higher. Big card. Rare 2-sided refracting card. Thunder and Lightning's fantastic. Great looking card. Ant, pop 1 of 3 out of 5. Whoa, that's a huge card. Out of 5, the Fast Break Neon Green. That's a big card, guys. That one may end up in my top 5 this week. All right, Mikan, 5.5 SGC 70. Great looking copy. Not perfectly on center. Would like to take more time to look at it in detail. Messed up. Didn't give enough time here. I need to do better at that. I've been giving so much time to the ones at the start. I'm sorry about that, guys. Okay, and then I also want to look from highest to lowest. So starting off, we have a Deca Prism, Jaden Daniels rookie, the Black Shimmer. If football is anything like basketball was, there are only 3 1 of 1s in the Deca set. In basketball, I know this. There's the black, there's the Nebula, and there's the Black Shimmer. And that is it. And so if that's the case in football, this is assuming there's not like 5 or 6 1 of 1s, it's a huge card. Even if there is, it's a big card. But that's why this is sitting at the top of the auction. T-Mac, MJ, and LeBron all on the same card. 9, 5, 10, obviously huge. A 7 on the 53 mantle. That's huge. A Barkley Red, PSA 10 on the 87. Do yourself a favor, look at the pop report of 97 or 87 versus 86. 87 and a 10 is really tough. Doesn't look like it's perfectly on centered, but it is 10. Don't see those every day. Ooh, Jordan Jambalaya. Is it complete? That's the real question. Got to look carefully. A card that will make my top 5 this week, unquestionably. So this card, a lot of people don't know this. You know what? I'm gonna get into it in a second. Oh my goodness, a Kobe 06 gold. Huge. Got to talk about that one. A Wilt 6.5. A Tiger Stripe, LeBron or Luca. Man, big week for Fanatics Collect, guys. Okay, down to 5 minutes. I'm going to go fast here. So this Jordan Jambalaya, unfortunately, I need to call some things out. This Jordan Jambalaya, as I expected when I saw it from the outside, is an incomplete card. It is incomplete. See how it doesn't have the foil on it? There should be gold foil. It should say his name. It should say all sorts of different things. It's not there. What that means is this is likely a sheet cut card, a card that was cut from an incomplete sheet. Now, unfortunately, with Jambalayas, there was a time, those of you who were the old Blowout crew will know this. Shout out old Blowout crew. You will know the name Ken Cope. Ken Cope was on Blowout in the mid-teens and said, "Yeah, I bought an uncut sheet and I'm cutting it and I'm grading it." And the sheet was a complete sheet with foil and everything. He takes it, he cuts the cards out, sends them to Beckett. Beckett grades the cards. Such a punch in the gut. I've had one since before Ken Cope did that stuff, a 9.5 of this card. It's the greatest Jordan insert ever. When I say greatest, I mean like as far as iconic, impossible to pull. It's not the most valuable. That goes to the Gold Fusion that's out of 40. But this is known, beloved. I think it's the best. It's the 90s. I think this is so much nicer than like the PMG Red. PMG Red's a parallel. That's why there's no qualms about calling this the best insert compared to the Red. The Red is a better known card, but the Jambalaya, aesthetically, it's man, I just love it, and I've always loved it. I loved it when I was a kid, and I saw it in the Beckett. I love it today. It's just a card that's just beloved. And that's why even though this card's incomplete, it's still going to sell for 5 figures. But it is incomplete. It doesn't have the foil. And Beckett should have called that out. I think Fanatics probably should call that out too, honestly. But there you go. Now you know. Okay. This Jordan, we have to spend a second on. We have to. This is the only Michael Jordan playing days patch auto, not jersey auto, patch auto. I think it's the only one that was ever made. I don't think he has an 01 patch auto. I think this is it. This is from a game he was still playing in 02. The autograph is right there. This might be my old copy. I had one of these. I regret selling it. I don't know how much it's going to sell for, but you can bet it's going to be on my watch list. And then a card that is another card that I will be watching. The Kobe Bryant 2006 gold from Topps Chrome. This card is beloved because it's the rarest year of gold chrome refractors. It's numbered out of 25. That's why you saw me stop in my tracks. An 04 would be great. An 03 would be great. An 05 would be great. An 08 would be great. There is no 07. An 09 would be great. 06 is the best. 06 is the best because there's only 25 of them. And Card Hobby. Let's go to Card Hobby and we'll call this. Oh, we got ChatGPT still open. What? Why did this reset? Darn it. Come on. Oh, man. I'm out of time. Okay. Huge Cristiano Ronaldo. Halliburton. What a perfect time for Tyrese Halliburton. We got to look at that. It's obviously not a rookie because it's an Indiana card, but let's talk about that. Okay, I'm going to look at 3 of these top cards, and then we've got to go. Okay. So Halliburton Logoman Auto. It's going to be game used. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, man, I love that. If you're a Halliburton fan with the Pacers, I'm not sure there's a better card for you. And why I say that is Halliburton's best stuff is with the Kings, and that just stinks because, here he's had all the success. I can't see on this image whether it says it's game used. I suspect it is. Take some time and look at it real close. But the reason that I wanted to bring up this Halliburton, would you rather have a Halliburton great card where he's a rookie and with the Kings, or would you rather see Halliburton featured with the Pacers where he's likely to have the best moments of his career? I think it's a real question because usually you'd go with the rookie card, but I don't want to see Halliburton as a rookie. I personally want to see him as a Pacer. This Kobe Bryant stood out to me because, oh gosh, it is the out of 10. Goodness gracious. Sometimes you'll see Kobe immaculate patch autos come up for sale, but almost never the golds out of 10. This is a huge card. You don't see the golds out of 10 come up for auction very often. And this one, oh, come on, work for me. This one's still a playing days card. This card is huge. This is going to be a big auction. And lastly, we've got to look at this Jordan numbered out of 23, PSA 8/10. Holy crap. I thought for sure this wasn't going to be pack inserted. I was wrong. This guy's is a pack inserted 1999 Michael Jordan jersey autograph. Wow. My top 10 just blew up. Or my top 5 just blew up because Card Hobby has multiple cards that I want to put on here. And Fanatics has multiple cards that I want to put on here. I'm out of time. Like they're waiting for me over at over on Sports Card Nonsense. I gotta hurry. Okay, so I gotta limit this to 5 cards. Boy, this is gonna be tough. I think the bird's gonna go on there. This Kobe's gonna go on there. This Kobe's gonna go on there. This Jordan goes on there, and this Jordan goes on there. My number 5 card of the week will be the Century Legends, numbered out of 100. I love it. My number 4 card of the week, good crap. My number 4 card of the week is going to be this patch auto out of Immaculate. My number 3 is the Kobe Gold. My number 2 is the Larry Bird Logoman auto. And my favorite card of the week, we found it there at the very end. I love this Michael Jordan card. This is maybe my favorite card I've ever seen up for auction at Card Hobby. It's awesome to see it. I may bid on it. We'll see. Thank you guys. I'm late for the Sports Card Nonsense. Go check that out. Thank you for watching. Thank you for downloading. Nobody, please like, please share, please do all that stuff. The analytics have been great. Thank you guys for watching. But yeah, please like and share if you can. And until next time, happy collecting.